Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and sometimes special things come in little plastic cups. And no, I'm not talking about McDonald's cafe. I guess that's McCafe. I guess that's McDonald's version of Foo Coffee. McDonald's, if you'd like to sponsor us for Foo Coffee, we'd definitely take your money. But I'm not talking about McDonald's coffee, but something else very special came into our shop in this cup in the weirdest of ways, and I'm just got to tell you about it. So, here's the thing. Every now and then when you have a reptile shop, people bring stuff to you because, you know, you're the local reptile place. And today, while camera guy Kurt was running the shop, something came in. And then he texts me and he blows up my phone, and I see it on my phone. And I said, oh my God, we got to film this. I want to show it to you while I have the chance to show it to you. So we are going to do that. Now I want to tell you right away that I don't know if the snake's going to survive. Obviously, if you've read the title, I don't know why I'm building so much drama, because you probably already know what I'm talking about. So we're just going to go ahead and get the snake out and let you take a look at it. Survival rate on these in the wild is slim to none, and in captivity is very, very low as well. So we're not that hopeful, but we're going to give it our best shot. Of course, if it does start to feed for us, and if it does survive, I anticipate putting it into the zoo. Come here, little buddy. And this is what we're talking about there. Now, it is kind of behind the 8-ball because you can see it's got a pretty severe kink area where the two heads combined, but it is very active when you touch it. It does have, you can see the head is moving, the one on right here, so whether the camera is showing that. So there is a chance. And in something like this, it's all we can really ask for is a chance. And what you're looking at is a naturally occurring two-headed garter snake. So what happened is at a local landscape company, while the guy was working, he saw this in the grass, thought something was wrong with his jaw, picked it up, realized what he was actually looking at was a two-headed snake, said, holy crap, called us and said, you guys are probably the best chance for this thing to live, and brought it in and gave it to camera guy Kurt. Now I'm going to tell you, I think he's right, but the best chance isn't always a good chance. This kink really, really concerns me with where that is. You'd like that to be straighter. There's usually some kind of deformity right there. The heads come together, but that's pretty major. Obviously, this animal would never be used for breeding, but if it is able to survive, it would be used just as a display animal, as certainly an oddity. So what we're doing right now is trying to set it up in a fairly moist environment. One thing we'll likely do is, you're probably saying, well, we could probably use a little bit of a larger water dish, and we may go slightly larger. And we've got a few very small crickets in there to see if it can take some bugs. And tomorrow we have some baby guppies coming, and we'll put additionally with some baby guppies because they do like to eat the aquatic. One of my concerns with the larger water dish with this guy is his two heads, like accidental drowning. And I don't want that to happen. So we'll probably stick to pretty shallow, just enough water for the guppies to swim and hopefully attract him to eat. And that's kind of what we're going to go with. And he's going to have to figure it out on his own because it's going to be pretty much impossible to tell which head's the dominant head. If I had to guess, I'd say it's this one here. That would probably be the feeding head, and this one likely would not feed, would be my assumption. And that's just based on how the eyes are. This head looks more developed than that one, and it seems to be moving better. But you can see too, because of two heads when he rolls, and where that kink really is. So I'm going to go ahead and put him back as gently as possible. Come on, little bud. Let's go. And we'll see how he does. One of my concerns is that with the two heads, he may not be able to track or catch food very well. If that's the case, and after a few days he's still alive, but we haven't seen him eat, or we don't know that he has tried to eat, we probably will try to take some ways to do some type of assist feeding on him. It would probably be a really disgusting version of it, because what I'm thinking would probably be done is taking something like that guppy and blending it into a slurry and trying to tube feed through a slurry to get that started, to get some nutrition in him. But guys, I don't want to give false hope. The outlook for this snake is very, very, very grim. You can watch him moving. There he's going. And you can see, I mean, his movements just aren't going to be very, very good or anything else because of how that setup is, which is what's going to put him kind of behind the 8-ball. But we're going to give it our best shot. We're going to see what he can do, and hopefully we can put some size on him, and then it'll all get better with size. The kink likely won't. but he's obviously was born. He's breathing. He deserves a chance. And this is my first ever getting to actually interact with a two-headed snake. So that is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. And you can see why I think that one head's in control and the other one's just kind of there. So if I did have to go to an assist, it would definitely be that head that I would be assisting. I think the movement is more from the kink being a problem than the other head. So I'm going to hope, but I don't know how he's going to be able to really strike or catch his prey or overpower his prey. So anyway, that's kind of all I've got right now.
I have seen both of the heads flicker a tongue out.
Oh, that's good news. So if both heads were flicking a tongue, that does mean that they're both working and probably working independently. It's just, there's usually still a dominant side, a dominant head with these guys. And see, now the other one's doing more of the movement. It's so weird to watch. Because nope, that's the same one. It just got turned around. Such an interesting little snake. So we're going to be hopeful that we can get him to do something, but I'm also, man, I'm not going to hold my breath, but fingers crossed. So there's our two-headed snake that we hope to get to survive. It's not a profit thing. It's not something we purchased. It's something that just kind of came here, and hope it'll get to be featured in the zoo here at Manhattan Reptile World. But we're not going to put that in the zoo until one, it's eating, two, it's growing. Like, it would stay back here out of stress until it's growing really well and has, and I'm not concerned about something causing it to pass away. But that's going to be a little while. If ever, because like I say, if I had to put a percentage chance on it, it would be well under 10. It's just the honesty of it, guys. Kurt, anything else you want to add?
No.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. That is a two-headed garter snake. And here's the other thing before I go. I don't want to end on that grim note of less than 10% chance, even though I do think that is pretty accurate. It's still a two-headed garter snake. And the fact that I just got to interact and hold and touch and watch, and you guys got to do it with me, so unique animal. Like, I'm never going to see an animal just like that again in my life. Never, ever, ever going to happen. Not saying there won't be two-headed garter snakes again, but not one like that. It is a truly unique thing. So I'm so blessed to get to interact with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll see you next week.